Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wonderfully Hopeless podcast. My name is Charity. It is September 12th, and it's almost 6 o'clock in the evening. So, it's been a couple weeks since I've podcast, but I have 2 finishes. I've been busy. So, I finished my color affection, and I love it. It is amazing. And so as long as the weather is nice enough, I block my shawls at this point by hanging them out on the clothesline. So they smell amazing. And are super soft. This was, the yarn was lichen and lace. And let's see, we have the light color with seashells, the brown is ginger snap, and the dark burgundy is rosewood. So I finished that 2 weeks ago. And then I started working on my Halloween project. So this is Storm by Hoohee, and the yarn is Trickster by Highland Handmade, and I love it. I really wanted to get it done before October, so this is almost all that I've worked on in the last couple weeks. I've apparently been doing the monogamous thing, and so I finished the color affection and I went straight into this one. I love it. I love this pattern. I will probably do it again for another one skein project because it's great for showing off that one skein of yarn. So there's that. And so now that I've got those 2 done, I have some time. So October 8th, when the Stephen West Cowl comes out, the shawlography, I'll be starting that, and I'll show you what I'm going to do for that in a little bit. So I've got some time to knit, and I have a fair few projects. So my next, I want to get it done, is the t-shirt I was working on. And I don't remember the name of the pattern, and there went my stitch markers rolling across the floor. Anyway, so I am working on the t-shirt. Ha! I can get it right eventually. So I don't remember what the name of the pattern is, but the yarn is Lion Brand's Chobu, so it's the bamboo cotton blend, and I thought this color was very rosewoody. If I could get by the end of this week to split for the sleeves or join for the body after doing the sleeves, so I'm still in the raglan decreases right now, or increases right now. So I just started working on this last night, and today was house chore lesson plan day. So, and yesterday I was canning apple butter, so this was not a knit heavy weekend. This was other things going on, which is generally how it ends up in the fall, because there's lots of stuff my husband and I like to do. So there's that. And then the other focus piece that I would like to have done before the end of October is my Halloween socks. So I'm still on the first pair, but this is where the heel will go. So I've started the foot. I think I have to do 5 inches. Yeah, 5 inches of the foot before starting the toe. So, and I probably have close to 2 done. So I should probably take a tape measure to it, but it's still we're close to the 5 that I need. So I'm just gonna keep knitting. And so this is going to work with me. This is my car knitting. So pretty much this pretty much travels everywhere I go right now because I want to get it done. So I did one more pickup this morning. This was what I worked on. Meetings, this is what I work on. If I'm watching the kids take a test, that's what I work on. Several of the kids have already been asking me to teach them how to knit. We'll see. All right, next up is my cowl for my husband. So this is the sock head cowl. And this is maybe where you saw it the last time. I don't know. I don't remember the last time I showed it. But I try and work on this at least a few rounds every night because I need to get this finished. I want to get this one finished and I want to do one for myself. I am not going to do the sock head cowl for myself. I am going to do, I think, the owl cowl by Bakery Bears. So there's that. I'm running out of projects I've actually worked on. I have a whole stack of knitting projects, but I have not worked on that many. The next one up is my sock tube. These are going to be from my mother. So I got this cuff finished. I've started this cuff, but I'm really trying to finish the Halloween socks. So these have not been seeing as much attention. This is kind of my, when I was working on Storm and I needed mindless knitting, the sweater is pretty mindless right now. So these are just hanging out. And when I need a break from the sweater, I'll grab something else to knit on. That leaves me with the 2 blankets that are crochet. So this one I haven't shown in I don't know how long, but it's getting big. So this is just a giant granny square, and I'm doing alternating rows so I get like a checkerboard pattern. This is the Bernat Velvet yarn, which I absolutely love. It's super soft. So this is getting pretty decent size, but I still have like 4 skeins of yarn. So that is living in a basket on my couch, and I just pick it up every so often and do a couple rows or a couple stitches. And then the other blanket is also crochet and granny square. And let's see, I don't want to lose things out of this bag. So I finished the last row, and I have been just weaving in ends because there's lots of ends on this thing. So that's what I've been doing on this one. I have a few more squares to put on. I have one more row of squares, and then I'm gonna have to make more squares. So there's that. So that's what I have been working on. So I've been spending most of my evenings upstairs in the living room and not in the family room here recently. It's just been kind of nice to watch the sunset down or upstairs, and the dogs have been pretty chill. They do like to come down here more, but you know, that natural light is kind of nice. So I just have 2 baskets upstairs that I keep my knitting in, and I just grab some knitting, and I have, the baskets serve multiple purposes. So there's a secret behind the baskets. The baskets keep Lexi, my Great Dane, off the furniture. If there's nothing on the couches, she will sprawl out all over the couch. And we are trying to get her to stop doing that. She's welcome to come down here in the family room and lounge on that couch. We don't care. But we don't want her jumping on the furniture when there are guests over. So we are trying to train her to stay off those furniture. So the baskets kind of help with that. So there's that. All right. So let's talk. Well, I have a couple, well, two acquisitions, and then I have future plans. So let's just do acquisitions because they kind of bleed into each other. So I got row 1, I resubscribed, and then they increased their price, so I canceled. So I have the row 1, and I've already taken the minis out of the cellophane because the cellophane drives me a little nuts. But this is, who is the dyer? Ash and Bumble. So, and my complaint with row 1 is, 1, it's not worth $40 in my opinion anyway. But 2, I feel like these are the same basic colors I see a lot in theirs. They're quite often neutrals, and they're pretty. It's not that they're not pretty. It's just I want more color. I like bright pops of color. Knitting is my therapy, so I want to look at happy bright colors. So all the neutrals all the time. But $40 is what killed it for me. So I was trying to convince myself to give it a try. But when I realized that I could do the leading men, I forget what they call their thing, and I get 5 20-gram minis, well, 20 grams is enough to do cuffs, heels, and toes on socks. So that is really appealing, and still probably have enough to put in my blanket. Or do sweaters, or so many mini projects that I like to do, 20 grams, and it was cheaper. So I switched and I signed up for the Leading Men Fiber Arts package. Again, it's personal preference, and I would definitely be interested in trying a different subscription service, but I do like getting the minis. I do like, seeing the different colors. So, what's that? The other purchase was this yarn. This is the Woolly Cabin, and it's their the first 4 years. So it's this pretty pink, and this is for my shawlography. So I have black cat fibers, and this is saffron. So we have these two. And then we have Spun Right Round and Rumble in Brighton. And then this is Yarn Rehab. And what color is this? Stage Whisper. And lastly, we have Deep Cove by Sweet Georgia. So that is the colors I'm going to use for my shawlography. So in the next couple weeks, I gotta get all this wound. And it is currently living in my Lila Styles, my 80s homage to the 80s bag. When I saw this one, yeah, I could not resist. And there is somewhere running around here, not in this bag. I don't know what I did with it, the yarn cozy that goes with, because I could not resist. No. I grew up with the 80s cartoons. It was awesome. So it's not the bag I'm going to do this project in. I need to get a bigger project bag lined up for this because they barely fit. I kind of have to squish them down in there, so that's not going to fit with the project and when they're round. So yeah, there's that. So that's what I've got going. Like I said, I'm going to be doing another cowl when I finish Gems, my husband's. But honestly, I'm almost doing monogamous knitting. I have a whole stash of projects sitting over here that I haven't touched in weeks because, well, I really want to make progress on my other things. So I mean, I look at them and I want to finish them all. Obviously I started them because I wanted to finish them all. But I do know that if I don't focus, I'm not going to get things off the needles. So I'm trying to focus. I want the t-shirt done. So I'm going to be working on that pretty seriously. If I get to where I need a break, then obviously I have plenty of projects to take a break from. And I may need something a little bit more mindful at some point because I have a lot of mindless knitting is my focus right now. The socks don't require much. The cowl doesn't require brain power. The sweater doesn't require brain power. So I will probably have to pull one of my other projects in at some point. But we'll see how far I get. I would love to get the sweater almost done. Or the t-shirt. It's not super. I'm hoping I could maybe get it done if I focus on it for the next 2 weeks. And you know, I have a few weeks before the cowl, so if I could get that finished and maybe the socks finished, I would be super stoked about that. And then we will go from there. But that's all I have for now. So I hope everybody else is having great knitting luck, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.